All right, I believe it is time. It is time to do some Pokemon gaming. I mean, we already had some Pokemon gaming earlier today, but this will be a little bit of a different variety. My name is Konception, by the way. I'm going to be speedrunning Pokemon Pearl for the Nintendo DS, live on an actual DS. So I'll be doing that for you. We also we're going to be doing the Any Manipless category. So this is one of the shortest Pokemon speedruns in terms of actually completing the game, and I'm going to use completing quotes there. So it's going to be pretty interesting, but it's a nice mix of playing the Pokemon you all know and love, and also, you know, just doing some fun little tricks. So we're going to get started. I'm going to count down. I'm going to do the standard 3, 2, 1. I'm actually going to hit A on the game on 1 and then still start the timer on go, but it is going to start about 1 second faster, and that is because there's about a 1 second white screen between when we click A on the game and launch into the game itself. So here we go. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Pokemon Pearl. So just like any good Pokemon game from back then, this is obviously this is Gen 4 here. So we got our nice little opening screen where we meet our professor and pick our character and have to do our names. We're gonna be doing one character names, of course, just to make it absolutely as speedy as possible. There we go. So first we have to, of course, make sure our touchscreen works by touching the Pokeball. Just in case you forgot that this was indeed a DS game. All right, we picked the girl, and that is specifically because the text is ever so slightly faster when your rival, not your rival necessarily, but when the other character that you could pick here is a boy, text just moves a little bit faster. So that is why I picked the girl. Of course, we have Wally. Again, one character names are going to be absolutely our bread and butter here. That is because, as you can see, even when text is scrolling at its fastest, which in this game, unfortunately, not very fast, we make it, you can tell it's scrolling on the screen. So the least, the little amount of characters that we have, the better, because that text does not appear instantly. So some nice television here before we get started. And as any good Pokemon game goes, we gotta go into our options first here. We clear a lot of different things there. We changed the battle style from shift to set. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, if you've ever played a Pokemon game before, you'll notice that a lot of times they will you'll defeat a Pokemon and from a trainer battle, and they'll be like, "Do you want to send out another Pokemon in between?" We turn that off to save text. We also turn off battle animations just because that speeds up fights. We also do a little thing, which is put on a input option, which is L equals A. That way I can mash using the L button as well as the A and B buttons. That keeps it so I don't have to do a little claw maneuver thing to mash on just A and B. Speeds it up quite a bit. But we head up here. This is all just the opening game exposition, of course. We meet everything. We moved here. Actually, no, moving, that's Gen 3. We didn't just move here. We live here. But we're getting ready to go out on our first Pokemon journey. And then we're gonna be hitting up those starters soon. Now I heard CMM ask in the chat. Hey chat, what starter do you think I choose? And if you've seen the run before, don't cheat. I'm curious to see what thoughts are. But all right, so we're gonna head up here and we're gonna go into Lake Verity, and I always go a little quiet into Lake Verity because this is an absolute jam. Here we go. I mean, come on. This is groovin'. This is groovin'. Good stuff. But yes, we will be choosing our starter here very, very soon. All this is exposition. What's going to happen here, we're going to choose our starter, and then we're going to be encountering our first fight, which is actually not against a trainer, it's against a wild Pokemon. It's going to be Wild Starly. This is the Any Manipless category, so worth mentioning that if I had done some very specific maneuvers, such as set my clock at a very specific time and make inputs at a very specific time, I could have absolutely manipulated my starter stats, the stats of the Starly that I'm going to be fighting, etc., etc. Not doing that. This is Manipless. I don't have time for that. We're going to be just hoping for the best, and we do, as you can see here, pick Chimchar. So we're going to be spamming Scratch, looking for two things. One, a good roll. That's like a mid roll, so it could be good, and we were hoping to not get Growl. So if we get a higher roll, we could two-shot the Starly here. Nope. Unlucky. So we're gonna three-shot, which is pretty standard. For the fight. You can get really unlucky, double growled into having to four-shot this Starly, but three-shotting is unfortunately normal. So nothing out of the ordinary here. All right, so yeah, we roll with Chimchar, and that is because the badges that we fight. So the first badge we fight is going to be rock type gym, and you're thinking, you know, oh man, we got fire type. What are we going to do in a rock type gym? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. However, the second gym is grass, and so basically Chimchar is just going to absolutely obliterate the second gym with a grass type. So that'll be pretty neat to see. But first we get a lot more unique things here before we even have time to do that. First, we got to head back to town, tell our mom all this, and also technically we stole that Pokemon. I mean, it was a self-defense theft, so you can't be that mad about it. But we also got to answer for our crimes and figure it out. Also worth mentioning as well, if you've played a Pokemon game before, you must be wondering, like, all right, you got your Pokemon, why didn't you get a chance to nickname it, since we want to do one character names? Don't worry, that is coming as well, but in this game, they do not let you do it right away, because technically, as of right now, I do not own that Chimchar, so they're not going to let you nickname something you don't have. But first, we got to talk to mom, let mom know what's going on, blah, 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 and she's going to give us the running shoes so we can move a little bit faster, which is great. We want to be moving as fast as we possibly can. Also worth mentioning here as well, whenever we have a text box that doesn't have a little arrow in the corner that says that to clear, that means you can clear it with any input, and we're going to try to clear those most of the time with a directional input, because that will also save us on the turn frame, which is interesting. Now, as I mentioned, we are not doing a manipped run. A manipped run would not hit any encounters here. We're doing it manipless, so that means we're just at the mercy of what the game wants to give us here. We're going to be running through this first route 2 times back and forth. On average, I say I get between 2 to 3 encounters each time. So far we have 1, but we do have to run back through here. So we'll see if we hit 1 or 2 more at the second time through. So first, we got to go into the lab. We got Wally. We got, oh boy, what's his name? Brandon is the one in the red hat, I think. I'm not so great with Pokemon lore. Despite me running multiple Pokemon games, I just like them and I have fun. I just think they're neat. So I'm not your foremost expert on Pokemon lore. I'm just trying my best here, but we're finally going to get our chance to nickname our Chimchar, and as of course, we're going to give it a 1-character nickname. Because the DS screen is so hard for me to maneuver with specifically, I just kind of hope for the best and hope I land on a character by just poking the screen with my stylus here. Hope I get it nice and fast, but yeah, mixed success. All right, so we got a little matching here. After this, we're going to get a brief little tour from, I think his name is Brandon. I'm going to go with Brandon. Brief little tour around this town, and that ends right in front of a shop, and we're gonna be doing some shopping. Oh, his name is Lucas. Okay, Brandon is Gen 3. I always confuse Lucas and Brandon. So yeah, Lucas is Gen 4, Brandon is Gen 3. Okay, see, I'm learning. Okay, so again, we're gonna get our little tour in front of the shop. We're gonna be shopping twice in this run. This shop for the first time, and then we'll be doing a shop right after we defeat the first gym, and those will be the 2 shops that we do for this run. Here we're gonna buy a bunch of potions, a antidote, and a paralyzed heal, and hope that we don't have to use really either. paralyzed heal, the antidote. We will certainly have to use potions because we want to avoid taking centers as much as possible. But hopefully we don't have to use the paralyzed heal or the potion. All right, so we're gonna get 8 of those. One of these. And one of these. And you know, it looks like we got enough for one more potion, so why not? We'll get an extra potion. Can't hurt. And we're out. Okay, so now we gotta head back to Mom and be like, hey, I just spoke with the professor. I'm gonna go on a very long adventure. Luckily, when we head back through this way, we do not have to run in the grass at all. We can take a very specific path and avoid the grass entirely. But when we head back up, we're gonna be taking the same path that we did before. Oops, little bonk there. There we go. And talk to Mom. Just a little exposition here. We're also going to be coming up very soon on the catching tutorial in this game. Unfortunately, it is not skippable like it is in some other Pokemon games. And weirdly enough, even though it has nothing to do with us and we don't have inputs on the catching tutorial, there is something we can do to speed it up a little bit, but I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, both moms, my mom and Wally's mom, are giving us parcels to give, one for us and one for Wally. We will be taking care of that as part of our journey as well. All right, so up we go, and we are hoping no encounters, no encounters, no encounters. Let's see. Okay, first patch of grass successful. Oh, all right. Hopefully we can get out of this one without hitting a third encounter. That would be really good. Shout outs to Bidoof, just for no reason. Who doesn't love a good Bidoof? All right. And then we're going to whoop. There we go. Cool. So 2 encounters is not bad. That's like slightly above average, I would say. And then, well, went in 1 tile lower than I would have liked to. So not the most optimal amount of movement, but it doesn't matter. Catching tutorial. Now, worth going into some specifics on Diamond and Pearl. You're gonna notice when you fight a Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl, their health bars go down super slow. This was even a complaint back then. They're like, when you're defeating Pokemon, it takes forever for their health bars to go down. But we found if you are mashing during the fall of any health bar, be it yours or an enemy's, it moves slightly faster, and that includes the catch tutorial. So we can't just sit idly here for a minute while the game decides to teach us how to catch Pokemon for the 1000th time. We got to do a little bit of mashing. It's unfortunate, but we do it for the love of speedrunning, right? Also, shout out to my fiance who absolutely loves Turtwig, and when she was playing her playthrough of Brilliant Diamond, chose Turtwig and named it Turdy Baby. Loved that. I'm more a Piplup guy myself, and I have to use Chimchar for speed reasons, but I do love me a little Piplup. But after this, we're going to walk through some more grass, again at the mercy of wild encounters, and then we're going to be fighting one of the riskiest fights in the whole game, and I'm not kidding, it's the first trainer that we face in the run. This first trainer coming up, now this is a wild Pokemon, this doesn't count, but the first trainer coming up has just a level 5 Starly, so the same Pokemon here, but level 5, and it's just very dangerous. So we're gonna go up here. We're actually gonna make one of our first and probably only saves of the run here, just in case we die, because if we die, we go all the way back to Mom's house, and we're at the mercy of wild encounters again, so we really don't want to do it. You also see the saving a lot of data icon on the screen here. That happens the first time you create a save, and also anytime after you visit the PC. It will do a saving a lot of data. So here we go, first trainer. Now it's interesting. So again, Starly is just going to be going between Growl and Quick Attack and Tackle, I believe. We don't want to get tackled and quick attack all the time because we don't want to die, but we also don't want to get growled too much because we don't want our attacks to do such little damage. So we want a nice mix of the two, I guess. I'm also keeping an eye on how much damage each thing is doing. So for example, that quick attack did 6 damage. That gives me an idea of how my defense is performing, as well as the stats of this Starly and how they're performing. So tackle Oh, that's a crit. I am not risking that. We're going to be healing that. I could go for broke, but if I get hit one more time, it's over. And I don't think my scratch would kill from there because I've been growled once. But also because, again, this is a manipless category. I'm not. Are you kidding? Double crit. I'm not paying extra close attention to what my stats are, because they're just gonna, anytime you do this run, your stats are going to be wildly different. So if you tried to optimize based off of what your stats are specifically, it would be kind of a losing game. Every run would be so massively different. But there are a few key things that we'll be keeping an eye out just to make sure that we can ensure some critical things here. But a pretty slow fight, but at least we survived. You take those. But yeah. Yep, that's a scary Starly. Truthfully and weirdly, one of the scariest fights in the whole game. In this whole run, I should say. Not in the whole game as a whole, but in this run, it's one of the scariest. This trainer has double Bidoof. We're going to scratch the first Bidoof to its demise. After the first Bidoof, though, we're going to hit level 8. Or are we level 7? Are we level 6 or 7 right now? We're going to level up. Let's just call it that. We're gonna level up, and then at level 7, we're gonna earn Ember, which allows us to do a little bit of extra damage using something called Stab that we refer to in the community. And Stab stands for Same Type Attack Bonus. Whenever you use a move that is the same type as the Pokemon itself, then you get a bonus to that move's damage, which is very beneficial for using Fire type moves, as you can imagine. And that also goes for Pokemon that have double typing. So for example, when Chimchar evolves, he's going to evolve into a fire fighting type, and I will get a same type attack bonus on both fire moves and fighting moves. So pretty interesting. Okay, we're going to Ember here. Our health is doing just fine. Oh, that's a good crit. Let's go. Saves us a turn. I was going to say, we also can enter into something called Blaze here. Now, Blaze is a status condition that is kind of invisible. Oops. Basically, when you're below a certain amount of health, you will gain extra attack power in hopes that you can get out of it. So we can combine Blaze with a lot of different things, like our same type attack bonus and stuff, to shrink the ranges sometimes. Double encounter here, kind of brutal. Getting a little bit trolled with encounters. Well, we had 3 on just this route, I believe. So not the best, but we're hanging in there. One more trainer on this route. This trainer is just rolling with the Shinx. We will be able to survive this fight without healing for sure. We might need to heal before our next one, though, depending on what the Shinx wants to do with us here. All right, so we're gonna Ember. Okay, I think we're gonna get hit into Blaze here. Oh, never mind. Nope, we are not gonna get hit into Blaze here because we didn't get damaged. So this is gonna be a 3-shot. But again, if we had been hit into Blaze here, like if Shinx had done damage on us rather, we would be in Blaze and probably would have been able to 2-shot. But we'll take the 3-shot. All good. And I think, oh boy, this is a strange health. What do I want to do here? This is a strange health. So I have the option, I have the option of either healing, or this health is technically safe. The only thing that would kill me from this health is a crit. Ugh, do I tempt the fates? No, we don't tempt the fates. This is a marathon run. This is a marathon run. We're not trying to tempt fate here. All right, so we're gonna head in here. Oops, wrong person to talk to. There we go. All right, so we're actually going to be fighting 2 optional trainers here. The 2 people that are kind of all the way on the right side of the screen, the one with the glasses and the character just to the right of the one with the glasses. We're going to be fighting both. They both have Abras, and the reason why we're fighting them is not just to get a little bit of extra XP. It is because defeating them will, not save, will give us a TM called Hidden Power. And what Hidden Power is going to do for us, if you're unfamiliar with what Hidden Power does, the typing, it's going to be listed as a normal type move, but the typing of Hidden Power is completely dependent on your stats. So the type of Hidden Power is randomized. Now, when we do this run of Manipped, we will know what our stats are, and therefore we'll know what the hidden power is as well. Since we're not doing this run of Manipped, we will not know those two things. And we are going to hope that the hidden power we get is of use to us, meaning, as I alluded to, the rock type first gym, how am I going to get past it? Hopefully with a hidden power that's beneficial. If I don't get a hidden power that's beneficial, we have backup plans. We also learned the move Taunt here, which isn't overly useful except for one circumstance. We'll see if we get ourselves into it, but that is one trainer down. And we're going to fight the second one now. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I really like this run is hidden power and combined with the any percent Manipless category kind of makes everyone feel somewhat like a randomizer. It makes it feel fresh and different every time. So it's pretty cool, in my opinion. We're just gonna be hitting Abra with 2 embers here. Actually, I'm gonna hit with the scratch. It looks like our attack is a little bit higher than our special attack, and that looked like a precarious range that I didn't want to toy with. So we're going to use that, and it seemed to be the right call, at least. So it seems like, based off of how we're performing here, that our attack is really strong, and our special is fine. It's not like abysmal, but it's fine. It's not as good as our attack. So that's interesting. That's just going to open up some different ranges for us, essentially. All right, so out we go. We're going to talk to our Poketch friend here, which, if you're unfamiliar with the Poketch, it's the kind of the device thing that you can earn in this game. Looks like on the DS, it looks like a clock, basically, but it also does a number of different things. We just don't need to really use it at all in this run, but we do have to unlock it in order to progress the story. So we got to go answer some trivia questions from some clowns. Luckily enough for us, the answers are always yes, so we can just mash right through. And also, they give us the opportunity to use the input clearing, the directional input clearing that I was talking about earlier, in order for us to turn on the frame and clear the box in the same frame. So little tiny optimizations like that.
Good time for a quick blurb. All right, sweet.
Oh yeah, do it.
I just wanted to remind everyone that we are raising money for the American Civil Liberties Union, aka the ACLU. They are a non-profit organization that works in the courts, legislatures, and communities to defend and preserve the individual rights and liberties guaranteed to all people in the United States by its Constitution and laws. The ACLU fights for causes including advancing racial justice and systemic equality, protecting and expanding voting rights, defending immigrants' rights, protecting the LGBTQ+ equality, including trans youth, advancing criminal justice reform, and defending reproductive rights. If you want to learn more about them, please go to www.aclu.org.
Absolutely. And let's get those donations in. This is a great cause. The ACLU is awesome. Let's get your donations in if you're able to share them, for sure. Okay, so here's the rival fight. And we healed up, taught ourselves hidden power. Here is where we're going to figure out exactly what our hidden power is. And basically, it's going to be trial and error. I'm going to hit these Pokemon and figure out, based off of those attacks, what they do. Now, for example, I hit hidden power, no effect. I'm sorry, not no effect, just neutral effect. Like, it wasn't not very effective, wasn't super effective, blah, blah. That is the most common because that could be the most things. So for right now, all I know is that it could be Fire, Water, Steel, Fighting Poisons, Flying Psychic Dragon, or Dark. But now we're going to be fighting Piplup, and we can narrow it down, hopefully, even further. The good news is it looks like it's a decent power of hidden power, because the power of the actual attacking move is also a little bit random, so that looks good. Okay, so neutral for both, which is Fighting Poison, Flying Psychic Dragon, or Dark. So doesn't give us a lot of information yet, unfortunately. Still gonna have to figure it out. We're gonna have to do a little bit more exploring. Probably on a couple trainers. We have to fight a few trainers in the route anyway, because we're going to need to get enough experience in order to take on the first gym. So we're going to be doing quite a few things here. I'm going to be doing based off of this, because I'm still learning. about what my hidden power is going to be. I'm going to be taking a route that has like a little bit of variable XP, and what that means is based off of what I see in wild encounters, I might be able to drop a trainer or two by defeating a wild Pokemon instead. So we're going to be doing that. Also, you didn't see me move very strangely there, so don't worry about it. Anyways, so we're gonna fight off this little youngster here who has a cricket tot. We're gonna be hitting with the hidden power again to see if we can help narrow it down a little bit. Okay, let's see. We don't learn a lot there still. It is probably not useful. I'm still I have a chart basically that is allowing me to help figure out what the typing is. I'm still trying to narrow it down a little bit. For now, we're gonna get moving though. Oop, hit a wild Pokemon here. The wild Pokemon in this grass, unfortunately, not going to be very useful to us. Okay. Gonna run. Okay, and then we're gonna get Rock Smash here, which we can't use yet. There's also two, we have to get the first gem before we can use it. We could use it as a move, but not in an overworld situation. There's also two trainers in here that could be fights for us, but based off of the route that I'm given, the hidden power I'm given, does not seem worth it. Though we did not hit any encounters there, which is a blessing and a curse. I kind of wanted to see a Geodude of a specific level, so I could skip a trainer later on. But also, if I don't hit any encounters, then hitting an extra trainer later on is not the end of the world, so. Alright, so we're going to head down here. Get a move on. Going into Oraberg Mine, that is where the gym leader is, by the way, so we just have to go, like, find the gym leader, get him out of the cave, and then we'll be able to fight him, basically. All right, so we want this to be level 5 or 6, probably. Great, we're gonna defeat this guy here.
Can I ask?
Okay, it is not very effective, so it's not gonna be good. What's up?
Can I ask you a silly question? Because I've been curious about this Konception.
You can ask me an awfully silly question for sure. Go ahead.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There are all kinds of very amusing trainers that you meet throughout these games. Like not not the gym leaders or Elite Four or anything like that. Do you have a particular favorite of one that you just think is really funny?
Across any game, right? Not this one specifically.
This game, yeah, I'd say this game.
This game, oh boy. Okay.
If you have one in general, though, I'm interested in hearing that.
Okay, the one in general that I always point to is a very notorious one, actually. It's in Gen 1, and his name is Shorts Kid. Basically, in Gen 1, when you're heading to Mount Moo the first time, there's a kid that you talk to. He's I think he's a youngster or a bug catcher. I can't remember. But basically, he's like, I love shorts. They're comfortable and easy to wear. And I'm just like, same, you know?
In Kirby Epic Yarn, too. It's like, I love pants. It feels just like pants or something.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
There's something going on there.
Yeah, they feel just like pants. But yeah, these are that's probably my favorite, like just random NPC trainer. In this game, you know, that's tough because there's not. Truthfully, I run this category pretty much exclusively. I don't run any other category in this game, and we don't fight as many trainers here. So I'm trying to think.
There's another one in Gen 1,
a specific one.
In the cave in Mount Moon that's like, I'm meeting my friends here or whatever, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I think they get you.
Yeah. You're hanging out in a cave. That's not a good place to meet your. That sounds like you were tricked.
Yeah, that sounds like bullying, and we don't put up with that here.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely no bullying. Ooh, our health is kind of low, but we outspeed, so I know I'm safe for this fight. Okay, so that was a level 6 Geodude we fought. Yeah, so we can skip one of the 2 gym trainers before the gym leader. So that is good, but I am going to need to heal before our next fight at some point. So I'm actually going to just get it out of the way. Oh, wrong one. There you go. Just get it out of the way. And there's actually another potion here that I'm just going to pick up just because we're running like a little low. We're gonna get more potions later anyway, but just for absolute extra safety, why not? You know, that's a rock. Just wanted to talk to it. Okay, so this is Roark, who is the rock type gym leader. We have to come down into the Oreburg mine to be like, hey, can you go up to your gym so we can fight you? Like, what are you doing? So we got that going. We're gonna talk to this trainer and fight. Now, truthfully, I'm not entirely sure what typing we have for our hidden power, but I know it's not useful. I used it on a Geodude and it was not very effective, which we fight a lot of Geodudes and Onyxes here, so it's not going to be useful for us, which means that we're going to be looking to get rid of our hidden power as soon as we can. Which we will do when we evolve at level 14. And another reason why we use Chimchar is that the early evolution. Most starters have their second evolution at 16, with a few exceptions. Chimchar being one of them. Chimchar evolves at level 14, and that is when you get your Monferno, picks up the fighting type, and fighting is super effective against rock. And we pick up a fighting move to go along with that. So we will be getting Mach Punch. So we will evolve at level 14, get Mach Punch, take on the trainer. That is going to be the current plan. And we will be putting Mach Punch over Hidden Power because it is absolutely useless at this point. Lucky enough for health is doing just fine. We didn't have to heal again, which is good. But we are going to take a center once we get back anyway. The reason being is it's just a little safe. It's a little safer to do in a marathon setting. I might not here take a center if I was going for like a PB attempt or something, but we're going to be a little extra safe, not only in healing our Pokemon and its moves, but also gives us a nice warp point should we die again. Should we die at all? Wow, a one turn frame encounter. That's really good. All we need to do is get to this item ball that's just to my left, which is an escape rope, and then we outie. Out of this cave, at least. There we go. Okay, we're going to be using that now. And we're out of here. This takes us right to the Pokemon Center in Oreburg. Well, it takes us right out of the cave, I'm sorry. And then we go into the Pokemon Center. I was thinking about when you... I was stuck on when you die, you go right to the Pokemon Center. Thanks, guy. All right, healing up. Like I said, this not only heals our health, which is not in a bad state as it is, but it also replenishes our power points for our moves. So that is a good step. Now, like I said, we defeated a Geodude of a specific level, which allows us to skip one of the two trainers in here, which is great news for us. So we're going to indeed skip that first trainer. All right, I'll walk in front of it. I was gonna fight this trainer anyway, so it's fine. But as a rule of thumb, it's faster to talk to trainers that you're going to fight as opposed to walking in front of them, because that exclamation point sign is it wastes frames. So wasted a couple frames there. So not a big deal though. My weakest thing in terms of Pokemon speedrunning has always been and will always be movement. Moving is hard. Moving efficiently is hard, especially when you're doing it on a handheld device like I'm doing at the moment. So always a little bit difficult. But basically, we're going to just be embering to win here, because that is quite literally the only move that we could do. We could do Hidden Power, but it looks like it does less damage than our Ember, mainly probably because we have the same type attack bonus going on. But we're going to get just enough HP after this Onix to hit level 14. Just enough. Alright, so Embers to win again. If we have any like donations or plugs for the next 30 seconds or so, that now's a good time for that, because we're just going to be embering this Onix to win and healing if we need to.
Some stuff. Just a quick reminder, or if anyone's just joining us, we are Butter Blitz. We are a speedrun marathon raising money for the ACLU. We're going to be going until a little later today, and then tomorrow we'll be picking up again at, I want to say, 1 p.m. Eastern. We got a Metroid Dread run, I think, finishing out tonight, potentially. And got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Please keep in mind that all your donations are going to the ACLU, and we do have some bid wars that are closing soon for the Sonic Advance character selection for Advance 1 and Advance 2. you can greatly impact that with just a few dollars, as we are very close. But definitely check out our donation incentives. You can go to donate.bashprime.com to get your donations in.
Absolutely. Great timing. We got our Monferno. We're chilling. We're going to learn Mach Punch. Yeah, should move be deleted? Absolutely. Should hidden power be deleted? Absolutely. We want to get that out of here as soon as possible. Thanks for nothing. So we got our Mach Punch. We're going to run right up to Roark, and we're going to just quickly heal first. And we're actually not going to save. This fight is, it can be moderately dangerous, but we're not going to save because the worst case scenario is we die and we go to the Pokemon Center that's right out of the gym anyway. So, it wouldn't be a big deal. So we're not gonna bother. Now, Roark's got 3 Pokemon, Geodude, Onix, and Cranidos. We handled them all slightly differently when we're in this specific phase where we have Mach Punch and a useless hidden power. So, first of all, Geodude is the simplest. We're gonna Mach Punch to death. Wubba! Just like that. Not a great roll. Whatever. That's fine. We're gonna be 3-shotting Geodude as it stands, unless we get a nice crit that helps us out. Nope. That was asking too much, of course. Double Rock Throw, unfortunate, takes us about to half health, and also means that Geodude is gonna heal. I might actually, you know what? I'm gonna play a little bit smart / safe. And use a potion myself here. It's a lot easier to heal on Geodude than it is to heal on Onix, and you'll see why shortly. Alright, so this Mach Punch will kill it. Okay, and then we go into Onix. Now, all the way back a while ago, we learned a move called Taunt, and I said it's only going to be useful in a very specific circumstance. Well, guess what? We're in that circumstance. So we're actually going to lead Taunt here, and this is going to prevent, at least for a few turns, Onix being able to use moves that lower our defense. Basically, it prevents him from using any move that doesn't do damage. Just like that. So we're going to also, we're going to Leer here once. Then Mach Punch and see what we're at damage-wise. We might have to Leer again. So far, getting pretty good luck on the Onix, too, which is great. Yeah, we're gonna have to Leer again. That's fine. Leer is a move that drops the defense, by the way, in case you weren't familiar. The reason why I'm gonna Leer instead of, just 3-shotting is if it's the same deal as it was with the Geodude. If I got it low enough but didn't kill it, it's just gonna heal again. So we don't want to give the Onix the opportunity. Same deal with the last Pokemon, which is going to be the Cranidos. We have to give it a turn. There's nothing, even if we had the best possible Chimchar / Monferno here, we wouldn't be able to one-shot it in this current route, at least. So we're going to Leer and give it 1 turn, depending on our health is okay. So we could probably withstand most of what it got, what it could give us. But yeah, Leer, great. That is perfectly fine. So Mach Punch and he's dead, and that is Roark complete. Gymin, and our first gym is complete. And that is how we deal with a rock type as a fire type. Put on that showcase for you. Great. All right, so 1 gym down. That means a few things, of course. We can use Rock Smash, which we will be teaching shortly, not right away. And that means we just can move on, start working on other parts of the story and get a move on. All right, out we go. Before we leave Oreburg, which is the name of this town, we are going to do some shopping. So heading on this way, wapa. We're going to be doing some specific things here, which is mainly we're going to be buying 2 super potions and spending the rest of our hard-earned dollars on however many repels we can get, which is 7. Great. We have $58 left, and now we're out. Or Pokebucks, I think is how it's... I don't remember what the name of the currency is. All right, we're moving on. There we go. Wally's going to interrupt us, like he always does. Runs into us. They're going to enter this cave again. We're still going to have to dodge the 2 trainers, but now we have repels, so we don't have to worry about wild Pokemon as much, which is great news. First, we're going to use one of those. Then we're going to use Rock Smash. And teach it to our Monferno, because that's the only Pokemon we have, so it's not like we have a choice. But we're going to teach it over Taunt, which we no longer need. All right, and then that's all we need to do for that menu. Gotta be extra careful. I hate hitting extra trainers. It makes me look like a fool, and I don't want to look like a fool. So we're gonna slow it down a little bit there. Movement. Like I said, it's tough. The benefit to hitting that to having to choose that trainer is we don't have to walk around it. So that does improve our movement a little bit, which is nice. And up we go. Oh my gosh, NPCs, please. Up we go. All right, we got a little exposition, a little cutscene action here where we're going to just be doing our first double battle. We only have one Pokemon, of course, but Lucas is going to chime in with his Turdy baby. This fight is inconsequential. The only thing of note that happens here is that we will level up during it, and we will attempt to learn Fury Swipes, but it's not useful, so we won't be learning it. So if we have anything to discuss, Butter Blitz style, in the meantime, now's a good time for that. The next 30, 40 seconds or so.
Yeah, that sounds great. So I just want chat to know if I know we just had Pokemon Scarlet and Violet come out recently. There's been a lot of good Pokemon stuff lately. Everybody has their favorite Pokemon and I guess favorite Pokemon trainers. So when you donate, please let me know what your favorites are. I will read them all out loud. And simultaneously, you'll be giving the money to a great cause. And we can meet some of those incentives, like Amerlin's Save the Guards incentive. Only need $50 to make it happen.
Yeah, Save the Guards. Also, Origami's a sick game, so I'm very excited for that run. But also Save the Guards.
It's super sick. You guys are going to love it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so after a little bit more cutscene here, we're going to encounter our first trainer, which is classified as a spinner. Now, if you're familiar with Pokemon speedrunning, spinners are notorious for being annoying. What they do is they're trainers that spin around and rotate. But if you pause the game and move in just a way, you can actually ensure that the trainer stays frozen for long enough for you to safely pass them. We're going to have 4 spinners in this run. The first is right just north of us, and we're going to hope for the best. All right, so here we go. I could have gone that way. I could have done it. Come on. Go. Nope. I'm going to use the repel anyway, but I have to head back down as it rotated on my pause frame. All right, that is a successful spinner pass. Please clap. It was so slow. It was painfully slow. Don't clap for that. But at least I didn't hit the trainer, which is the idea. I'm gonna grab that extra antidote just in case. I'm gonna break that rock and head down here. Then we have our second spinner, which we actually have to pass twice. Cool, successful pass. That is a double battle, which we obviously don't have to worry about since we don't have 2 Pokemon, so we can just skip right by those without them being a danger to us. All right, cool. So we have to talk to that little girl to progress the story ever so slightly, and then we're actually going to head up here, grab these cherry berries. These are more precautionary. Hopefully we don't have to see them used, but we're going to grab them just to be safe. And we're going to head into here, where there's going to be 2 Team Galactic guards that are super easy to defeat, but we do have to defeat them one at a time, so it just is a little bit slow. But then another interesting question, CMM, since we were on the same vein here. This is Team Galactic, obviously. Do you have a favorite Pokemon team, like a Team Rocket, a Team Galactic, a Team Aqua Magma kind of deal?
Oh boy. So I'm probably the boring one here. But Team Rocket's always been my go-to. I love them so much.
Yes. Yep. And you're not boring. That's my choice as well. Solidarity.
That's just, you and I are around the same age. We kind of grew up while the Pokemon mania was taking over. So Team Rocket was the team.
Mm-hmm. Yep, agreed. Though I Team Rocket all the way. You know, I love my Jesse and my James. Who doesn't? They are icons for sure. But I also do like Team Galactic here, especially with Arceus released now. We get to see a little bit more about Team Galactic's history and where it started and where it's grown. So I do like that.
The color scheme
like the color scheme is kind of rad.
I haven't played Scarlet and Violet. I'm not like a huge Pokemon person, but the little I saw of the team in that game, their designs look kind of cool. So I was kind of like curious about them. I know they have like, I don't know what they've got. They're strange.
Yeah. The team, their name is Team Star. I haven't played too much of the Scarlet and Violet yet either. I've done like one gym or maybe 2 gyms worth of stuff, so I haven't done a lot yet myself.
Yeah.
So no spoilers, but yeah, Team Star seems interesting. Can't promise you about Pearl spoilers though, gang. I'm sorry. This game came out in like 2000, I don't know, 2000 something. So no promises.
And you do have the remakes out too.
Yes.
As well that you can play.
Which
I guess I'll take this second to mention, if chat wants to, or if people donating want me to attempt to do Pokemon cries badly, just name your Pokemon and I will make an attempt at it. This is gonna be a bad idea.
I offer that as well. I kind of alluded to it already. I'm not a big lore guy when it comes to Pokemon, so half the time people will be like, "Oh, dude, this Pokemon's crying." I'll be like, "I have no idea what that cry is."
But I can watch it on YouTube quick while you're running and then attempt it.
Yes, yeah. I was like, let's get a database going definitely. So we can figure it out. But getting back to the run here, so we defeat those 2 Team Galactic trainers. We have one. We are able to get a key that drops. We have one more trainer right in front of the door, and then we're going to be entering a small little Team Galactic. I hesitate to call it like a headquarters, but it's the Valley Windworks, and they've kind of taken it over. Basically, they've sieged it in a way. The third of our 4 spinners is in this building. So we'll see if we get a little lucky. We also do have to pass that one twice. So we'll see how it goes. And this one's one of my hardest ones to pass because the grid on the floor is very confusing to me. So first I'm going to equip. I'm going to give this. And then I'm going to heal. Okay. Cool. Good pass. All right. So we're healed up, we're fresh, we're ready to go, and this is Mars. Now, there are 3 commanders of Team Galactic that you end up fighting in this game. They're all obviously named after planets: Mars, Jupiter, and... what's the last one? Saturn, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Saturn. Anyways, so we're gonna be embering here. And then we're going to have to kind of wait and see what we got from Zubat before we figure out. All right, so we got Toxic, which the obvious thing we have to do here is heal that off. One of the many reasons why we get the antidotes that we do. Status healers. Here we go. Bite is fine. We don't care about that. It looks like based off of that roll, we could probably take out the Zubat with another Ember, which is good. That's what we want to see. Depending on what our special is, if our special is too bad, we have to 3-shot. Just gives us another opportunity to be poisoned, which we don't want to deal with. Then we got Pearl Ugly here. We're going to hope for a very specific outcome here. So we're actually going to use Rock Smash. Rock Smash has the ability to drop defense, but it's about a 50-50 coin flip. So we're going to hope that we get it. However, we usually... getting faked out there is very common. So we're going to get faked out, which causes us to flinch. And then we're getting tanked a little bit here. Come on, give us a defense drop, please. No. Darn. We're gonna leer. Oh, we gotta heal. Before we do anything, we heal in, because it looks like Pearl Ugly is quite a bit faster than me too, so we're not gonna play any games here. But we got the Rock Smash, so there's some damage there. We got Leer. We're gonna Mach Punch, and that will take out Pearl Ugly. A slow fight, but a safe fight. Boom, boom, boom. And we're actually at a good health for our next fight, so I don't hate that we had to do that. It's not the end of the world. It just makes the fight a little bit slower. But now Valley Windworks is cleared out. We saved the scientist. We're reuniting the scientist with his daughter, where she promptly tells them that you smell bad. So that's a loving daughter. Cool. All right. Anyways, heading away and down here. We're about to encounter our fourth and final spinner. And as it turns out, our fourth and final spinner is the most devastating to hit. So I really hope if I don't hit it and then I go for an 0 for 4 as it turns, as it relates to spinners. Let's see. Hey, 0 for 4. Love to see it. This one is technically a spinner as well, but he only spins 2 directions, so you don't have to worry about it so much. And that is a successful all 4 spinner pass. You love to see it. Now, interesting thing I could do here. So we're going to have Cheryl following us around here. Now, if my health was low or I had a status condition that I can heal off because I didn't have the items or whatever, what I could do is hit a wild encounter in that grass after my repel ran out and just run away from it. Because in this game, whenever you have a companion, like I have with Cheryl here, you heal in between every battle. So right after we complete this battle, which is going to be kind of an annoying one, I will be full healed, full power points on my moves and everything. So that'll be nice. But going in, this fight can be particularly annoying, all because of that Pachirisu there. We hoped to see Bide early, but we're probably not going to because I almost never do. So what we end up doing is it's Pachirisu and then 3 bugs on the other side, the wormpole line essentially. So we're going to be hoping that we don't have to see it. But we did also equip the cherry berry, so if we keep getting sparked relentlessly and it does paralyze us, we will heal off. We'll heal it off immediately, which is nice. All right, we're gonna keep taking out the bug, especially that Beautifly who has confusion, and since we are now part fighting, that would mess us up, but we don't want to worry about it. We're gonna take it out. Charm. My attack fell. Bummer. That's fine though. We're using special attack with Ember right now anyway, so not the end of the world. One more bug to take out here. And then we're going to focus on Pachirisu, which Chansey hit it with an Egg Bomb once, which is somewhat helpful. So we take those. We're also going to learn Flame Wheel here. Yep. And we're going to teach it over Mach Punch. We no longer need Mach Punch. Okay, you're hitting Chansey, so that doesn't bother me. Because our so Flame Wheel is a fire type move, but it is a move that uses physical attack as opposed to special attack. Since our special, since our physical attack was dropped, I'm actually going to let you use Ember here, even though Flame Wheel is a more strong move. But I am going to see if I can wrap it up with the Flame Wheel. Actually, yeah, I most certainly can. Voila, there you go. So we didn't face any status effects there, which is good. But it was a little bit of a slow fight. But honestly, that is one of the better outcomes you would like to see in a marathon type setting like this. So not too shabby. And of course, like I said, since we have a companion, we are fully healed now. So as we go into this double battle, you'll see that we have all of our health. This double battle is just 2 Abras that we're just going to Flame Wheel to death. Really not any consequence. We can blast right through them. Any donations, plugs, incentives, things we want to discuss, CMM, before we head into our next section here?
Just a reminder that Pokemon Cry thing is ongoing. We don't have any bites yet, but I also want to remind people that when you do donate through Tiltify, there is a button that says just donate. Do not click that button. Go through the full thing, because if you click just donate, then your donation doesn't go to any of our lovely incentives. So please go through that whole process for that. We still have time to mess up Sonic Advance for Kirby, so.
yes.
We do.
We got a whole Sonic block ahead of this thing, so let's get those. Yeah, let's get those. Let's get that done.
I want to say that.
Let's get that done.
I guess I'll give you a quick idea. Cream's in the lead for Knuckles is in the lead for Sonic Advance 2 by only a couple dollars. and Amy's in the lead for Sonic Advance 1 only by $5. So if you want to make Knuckles for our Sonic Advance 1 and 2, only a couple bucks can change all that.
Oh, you beat me to the joke. I was going to say Knuckles of and Knuckles fame, but then you already capitalized on it.
That's so true.
But yes, we are through the woods here. No other trainers fought. Get your donations in while you have time, by the way, because this run, despite what you might think, despite what we're doing here, is not long to be completed. Okay, but we head out of the woods. We enter what is this, Eterna City? Yes, Eterna City, and we're going to be taking on gym fight number 2 with Gardenia. As I mentioned up near the top of the run, this is a grass type gym, so we are going to be absolutely fine pretty much the whole time. The only annoying thing about this gym is the fact that you have to fight all of the gym trainers in here in order for the gym leader to be accessible. So we will be just blasting through a bunch of these grass types with no consequence, but it is 4 different trainers we have to fight. They were luckily gracious enough to make it so that none of the trainers have a ton of Pokemon, besides one who has 3, but most of them have 1 or 2. So even though we have to fight 4 of them, they're all mainly kind of fast. All right, we got Rosalia here. Another Flame Wheel. Now the next trainer we fight actually has 3 Voodoos. And there's one nifty little piece of speed tech that saves very much almost no time, but I always like to point it out because it makes me smile. So the trainer that has 3 Voodoos, the second Voodoo in particular that she throws out is particularly susceptible to special attacking damage. Which means that we're going to, instead of using Flame Wheel, which is our highest performing move right now, we're actually going to use Ember instead. And the reason why that is faster is simply because the word Ember is less letters than the phrase Flame Wheel. And that's speedrunning for you, gang. So Flame Wheel here, and then we're going to Ember. Now, one time I did this in a marathon run, my special attack was so bad that the Ember didn't kill, and I felt like a fool. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure my special attack is fine in this for this Monferno, but we're gonna find out right now if I'm a fool. Let's see. Am I a fool? Nope, not a fool. I know what I'm talking about. I told you. I told you. All right, level 21. One more Voodoo to go. Flame Wheel for the win. All right, and then we have 2 more trainers. They each have 1 Pokemon each. The third trainer coming up here has a Turtwig, or as we are of course affectionately calling them, Turdy Baby. I will spread the gospel of Turdy Baby far and wide, of course. And then the last trainer has just a Rosalia, if I remember correctly. It also doesn't help that all 3 of the trainers are so spread out, so I always have to go walk and find them. But hey, you know, that's what I signed up for, you know. Turdy Baby. I'm really sorry, Turdy Baby, though, by the way, because I'm just going to have to absolutely decimate you. But rip to a real one for sure. All right. So yeah, you all must, if you've never seen this run before, you must be wondering, all right, my estimate's an hour 20. We're about 57, 58 minutes in, roughly. How the heck am I finishing this game within the next 20 minutes? You might be wondering to yourself, and you would be smart to wonder that. This is any percent Manipless. The any percent is key there because, as with many any percent runs, that implies our intent is to get to the end of the game, which for Pokemon games tends to be the Hall of Fame screen as fast as possible. It does not say we have to get there the organic way of fighting all 8 gym leaders and defeating the Elite Four. We just have to get to the Hall of Fame. So we'll be utilizing some fun little glitches and tricks in order to make that happen. But I'm going to save that for the time. But for now, that is finally all of the gym trainers down. and it is time to mess with Gardenia. Now, she is still grass type. It's still largely like a pretty easy fight. There is some things that can be weird about this fight, though, funnily enough. She's going to lead with a Cherubi. We take out the Cherubi one shot pretty much no matter what our stats are. Then she's going to have a Turtwig, Turdy Baby, which we most of the time will take out in one shot. Depending on what our stats are, we might not take out that Turtwig in one shot, in which case the Turtwig will likely use Reflect, which is a move that will lower our physical damaging moves, which is not great. So we're hoping that Turtwig goes down in one shot. Let's see here. Come on, Turdy Baby. Come on, Turdy Baby. Just go down. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Oh, oh, the burn. Oh, and no reflect, which is we get damaged, but Razor Leaf isn't going to do a ton to us, and at least the burn will defeat Turtwig, so we don't have to waste another turn. So didn't get the outcome we wanted, but you know, all things considered, it's pretty good. Now, Roserade is again another Pokemon that we can't take out. We cannot take out in one shot, so we're going to elect to Leer instead, and then we got Stun Spore, but Cherry Berry for the rescue. Exactly the reason why we grab things like that. Grass Knot is a move that does damage based off of how heavy you are as a Pokemon. Luckily, Monferno is a rather small monkey, so we are not too worried about it. And bye-bye, Roserade. So aside from Turdy Baby, that was pretty much an ideal fight. So we get through it just fine. Small monkey for sure. Not the smallest monkey, but a small monkey. All right, so that is Gardenia complete. Now, we're not done with the Turn to City, though. We got to head up to the Team Galactic headquarters and mess up some Team Galactic fools because they are messing around. Yeah, but we'll give them what for. We'll give them what for. All right. So we're gonna head up. And then we're actually going to run into a very popular face across the Pokemon fandom, which is Cynthia. A lot of people name Cynthia as their favorite Pokemon League champion. And I gotta agree, Cynthia's team is, Cynthia has an awesome team. Her aesthetic is awesome. So, like, yeah, I get it. Cynthia is pretty rad, so I don't blame you. Okay, she gives us a very important HM for cut, which we can now use. Oops. And we are going to teach, guess to who? We only have one Pokemon, so your selections are pretty low. We're going to teach it over cut, and we're going to specifically teach it over Ember. Ember no longer has function for us since our Flame Wheel is carrying us. And we're going to get out of here. And head into the Team Galactic building. That is, by the way, I've kind of made a couple of jokes about, like, who am I going to teach these HMs to, right? But that actually does highlight one of the main reasons why Chimchar is the faster of the options, because, you know, having to deal with this whole hidden power thing, is it worth it when I could just use Piplup, for example, who is a water type to take out rock types and can learn flying moves to take out grass types? You would think, but it's not necessarily the fastest, so... when we consider the fact that if we can't teach Piplup all the same HMs that we can teach Chimchar. For example, Piplup can't learn Rock Smash. I don't think Piplup can learn Cut. So we would have to catch another Pokemon to deal with that, which is not ideal, obviously. Good luck there. So Glameow actually has a priority move, Fake Out, that could hit us and then make us flinch and then have to do us again. But we got a little good RNG on our side there. And basically what we're going to be doing for all of these trainers is Flame Wheel to win. There is really no tech here that is worth explaining, besides we're just going to be fighting all the trainers that would stand in our way. The only thing worth mentioning here, as you can see, that these two trainers, the one I just fought and the one I'm now currently fighting, they're standing across from each other. So there would have been a potential for me to do a double battle, of course. Obviously, don't have a second Pokemon. Double battling would not be effective here, but also it's just faster to take them out one-on-one anyway. So there's no reason to mess around. Also worth mentioning, I talked near the beginning of the run about Blaze, which is once you're hit into a certain damage threshold, that your moves become your fire type moves would become more powerful. If I was in Blaze here, I actually would have kept Ember and Cut over something else, because I would be able to use Ember for most of these fights, which is ever so slightly faster, of course, than using Flame Wheel for the reason I outlined earlier. It's just less letters. So. But I was not in Blaze, wasn't really even close to it, so we're not gonna mess around. Yeah, I would say now the next 30-45 seconds or so, probably the last time we can do any plugs, incentives, donations before the end of the run. So if we want to do that, CMM, let's get it done.
I sure can. Just wanted to talk a little bit about our upcoming schedule, because we have some amazing runs coming up. So. Yeah, banger alerts.
Banger alerts.
So, as you know, probably by now, if you've been watching, we do have Kirby Masta up next with the Sonic Advance trilogy. And Kirby is incredible at Sonic Advance. I mean, I don't know about you, Konception, but I go on YouTube and it's like every day there's like a new IL or like a new run with a new world record or PB or something going on there.
Yep.
And then after that, we've got Ratchet and Clank Size Matters, which you guys reached the donation incentive for, so we're going to be seeing the invisible Ratchet glitch that's going to be by Scoom. And I mean, after that, we got Metroid Dread and Aragami. Like, it's going to be a very, very lit rest of Saturday, so please keep your donations coming. We've got some more incentives to meet, and thank you so much for being here and watching and supporting Butter Blitz.
Echo all of that. I know I'll be certainly enjoying some runs after I go to eat dinner after this run is complete. Also, I'll be lurking in the chat and enjoying that Sonic trilogy as well. So, yep, just like Clay said, get those donations in. ACLU is doing such important work. Can't stress it enough. So, if you are able to donate, please do so. All right, before we head into the next area, I'm actually going to take a very precautionary heal. Only because one time, and exactly one time, I was on PB pace going into this fight with Jupiter, and Jupiter leads with a Zubat. Zubat has a wing attack since we're flying, fighting rather. Flying is super effective to fighting. My health was not at full, but it was probably like 50 something, and I got wing attack crit to death from 50, and that has traumatized me to this day. So now I heal before this fight. But otherwise, we are in good standing. This fight is not overly complex, especially since most of the time, like that happens, you can just one-shot the Zubat. That's what's supposed to happen. But it does tend to be arranged depending on what our stats are. Now we got Skuntank here. We have Flame Wheel, probably Leer. Yep. And then Flame Wheel one more time for the win. Now, I didn't see what that first move was. If it was Smokescreen, that's really annoying. Hopefully it wasn't. All right, we hit anyway. And set. Okay, never mind. We're good. That was pretty much ideal. I didn't get hit at all. So that was a pretty good fight, and that's Jupiter down. But yeah, we could get Smokescreen by Skuntank there, which is a move that lowers accuracy, which just means that hitting Jupiter is that much harder. So we would not want to worry about that if we could avoid it. But that is Team Galactic down with my timer, at least. I don't know how accurate it is to the timer that's on the screen, but my timer's sitting at 107.25 right now. How am I going to beat this game within the next 13 minutes? Interesting question. We'll just have to wait and see. But the person we saved from Jupiter and Team Galactic there, by the way, was the owner of the bike shop. So luckily enough for us, we're gonna go get ourselves a free bicycle. There we go. So we can cut here. Before we head to the bicycle shop, though, we do have to, in order to progress the story, do this part as well, which is to learn about like the underground system and the tunnels. We have to get the Explorer Kit in order to progress, so we have to do this. He is going to ask us to, like, explain and hang out with him, and we have to say no because it's faster. And then it's very sad, because it's like, I hope I could teach someone what I know, but, oh man, I'm so lonely. Just like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But now we're going to go get a free bike. The latest model bicycle. If you're unfamiliar with the bike in Gen 4, it's one of those that has 2 speeds, faster and slower. Oh wow, I talked to him twice. Classic. Such a dumb one to talk to twice as well because he's so long. We're going to be using obviously the faster speed for most of this the time that we use the bike, but not all of it because I'm scared, and I'll explain that right now since we are now on the bike path. I'm gonna slow it down because moving is hard. I'm dumb. Yay for optional trainers. All right. Theoretically, Jupiter is supposed to be the last trainer we fight on this run, but I'm bad at moving in this video game. So have one more as a treat. You've earned it. By the way, I could still hit more, but yeah, the reason why I take the slower bike on bike path because, as I've alluded to throughout the run, movement is what I struggle with the most in Pokemon speedrunning. If my bike is moving at double the speed, I'm not gonna be successful. So, all right, and then right there, perfect. We're good. All right, no more. Well, there's still abilities for us to hit optional trainers, but at least not on Cycling Road. All right, key items. Use the bicycle. Oop, there we go. Now, allow me to explain the trick that's going to get us right to the end here in just the next few moments. This trick is called tweaking. Now, the DS games, not all of them, I should say, Diamond and Pearl, and as well as Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they have this thing that you can exploit, which is basically if you move very fast in between multiple loading zones, the game gets very confused as to which loading zone you actually exist into, and the map gets all bizarre. That allows us to move to different parts of the map that we have yet to unlock, or cannot access because we just have the ability. To walk through walls and weird stuff like that, which is what we're going to be doing here in a second. First, I got to get through this though. Worth mentioning, there's actually a tweak that you can do on the Cycling Road there, but I did not do it because it is very precise. And if I did it right the first time, it would save about 45 seconds. I actually want to go down this way, but if I do it wrong, I'll probably hit a trainer, so it's not worth it. All right, so here we go. No, that's not it. It's that up here. It's very, very precise trick. I think that might be it. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Close though. You'll see here the screen is going to get bizarre once we get this. That is probably it. Oh, I think I crossed back over into the loading zone though. Let's see. Nope, we got it still. We're good. We are not where we're supposed to be right now. For some reason, there is just a different loading zone than what should be here. We're gonna save, and then we're gonna reset the game, and then we're gonna just see what happens. What do you say? I mean, I just saved in a spot. When I load the game up, it should be just normal, right? All of a sudden I'm in a building. All of a sudden I'm walking in the outside of a building. That's not right. I'm in a meadow all of a sudden. I'm gonna save and quit again. Obviously, something must be going on here. By the way, for the tech team, time is coming up very soon. I mean, no, it's not. This is just normal behavior. But seriously, it is coming up very soon, so let's get ready on that. All right, we're gonna load back in. Still in the void, huh? But somehow we're in the Pokemon League. What do I do? It's one last save and quit. as a treat. But yeah, essentially what that happens here is the game is just very confused. I went too fast between loading zones, and now I'm warping across different places, walking through the void. Basically, I'm walking through large parts of the map with having no barriers able to stop me. And then all of a sudden, you can't see it, but I'm talking to Rowan and Cynthia, and I am in the Hall of Fame. Time is coming up very soon. Just got to get through the screen. How many people can say they beat the Pokemon League with a level 25 Monferno? I know I can. And... time. That is Pokemon Pearl Any Manipless, and you might not like it, but that is what peak Pokemon Hall of Fame status looks like. I hope you enjoyed this run. My time says a 1:13:38, which is really solid. I was a bit rusty on this game, so I was a little nervous, but it also is very much up to RNG. But 1:13.5 is definitely serviceable. Being yelled at and chastised as a cheater in the chat. Sure, I mean, that's accurate. I don't know what you want to say. I am a dirty cheater who cheats. You cheated good. Yes. But yeah, this run is obviously very accessible. It has one trick besides like normal Pokemon playing and optimization. It has one trick that you got to learn, just one. Now there are other versions of that tweaking that you can do to that are ever so slightly faster or save a little bit more time. But if you want to be able to beat this game in an hour and change, you could do it pretty easily. So feel free to go to speedrun.com. Look up Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and get into the Discord and look at guides. They'll be able to help you out. There's video guides, there's written guides, whatever you need. We'll be able to help you. If you enjoyed this run, or if you happen to have also caught the run with Limga and myself yesterday, where we did a co-op Bug Snacks run, appreciate you watching both or one. And come check me out on twitch.tv/Konception if you're interested. I stream Pokemon games, or I stream Bug Snacks, or I stream all kinds of different games and different speedruns, so would appreciate that. Also, if you're a fan of awful and silly blocks in various marathons, every other Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the Games Done Quick Twitch channel, the GDQ Twitch channel, I run a hotfix show that's called Awfully Silly, where we feature runs that would be found in an awful or silly block at a mainline GDQ event. Come on by, come check out the show. We have a very special Christmas themed episode next time that I would love for people to check out. So come take a look. Other than that, thank you to the tech crew, Butter Blitz here. Everyone is making it happen, especially, of course, Bash, who has been putting all this time and effort into it. But of course, all the volunteers who are making it happen as well. Thank you for your time. Please donate to the ACLU. It is an enormously important cause. And thank you so much for having me. I will see you later.